All righty. Episode 20. Next one we can drink, right?
Yeah, let's go. We're going to drink on the podcast. Not actually. That's a joke.
Man, we should have done it for this one. This is the drinking
I know.
holiday.
I mean, as you guys can tell, again, we are very festive. I don't think there's a podcast that we do not decorate or dress up for at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, next month, we have Easter. We're going to be funny bunnies again.
We're going to do those bunny suits from The Christmas Story.
Okay. Actually, I like that idea. Hey, all we did was wear ears last year. We have to do it big.
We got to do it big.
Yeah, we're trying to do things bigger and better. So if you guys have anything you guys want to tell us to do, nothing too crazy, obviously, but family friendly. Okay, well, Rob says we can do anything, so I say,
over 21, we're legal.
That's true. Drinking in bunny suits next
there
month.
we go.
Yeah.
Little peep action. You soak your peep in your favorite spirit.
Oh gosh, I've never done that. Have you?
No.
I love how this started off with drinking. I feel like that's just
it's
right.
St. Patrick's Day, right?
It's true. Yeah, Roanoke does it big. I mean,
we do. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like ranked at one point.
We were. I think I don't know if we were in the top 5 or the top 10, but that's pretty good out of all the cities.
Heck, yeah. Well, so what are the best St. Patrick's Day cities besides Roanoke? Chicago's definitely up there.
They dye the entire river green, which makes me wonder how long it takes for that to go away.
Yeah, that's a good point.
The fish are seeing what I'm seeing with the green glasses right now.
They're probably like, every year the fishes are like, what in the world is going on?
Guys, it's a green day. It's probably like the day of tragedy for them because they're like, what's happening?
Yeah, they're like, no.
Yeah, but in Roanoke, we just fill the streets and drink green beer.
Yeah.
And have a huge parade. So that's pretty awesome.
Right.
But what's your favorite thing to do?
Well, I gotta have a green beer every year.
Yep.
It's an appointment. Whether I just go buy a beer and put food coloring in it.
Oh,
that's sometimes.
Is that what they do? Is that the
basically.
Secret? Okay, can you taste the food coloring?
The food coloring is tasteless.
Well, I don't. I guess I feel like I would make myself convinced that I could taste the food coloring though.
Have you never had a green beer?
To be honest with you, I don't think so. I'm a big I like to drink liquor and bourbon.
What about a green whiskey?
I mean, I would try. I guess I would try it. I've never seen it. I guess this year I'll have to drink a green beer. How about that? I got to do it.
Got to.
Yes.
A green eggs and ham.
Yes, green eggs and ham. Got to eat those.
You ever had those?
Nope. See, I haven't had many green foods.
Food coloring.
No, I'll eat some Brussels sprouts. That sounds horrible.
Brussels sprouts could be good.
They are. I love them
with bacon. Mm-hmm. You ever have bacon in them?
Outback has really good, also not sponsored.
Yeah,
thanks,
no free
Outback.
ads.
No free ads.
Bleep that.
If you want to pay us Outback, I'll give you a bigger shout out.
Bleep that.
Yeah, but their Brussels sprout side is delicious.
Oh,
but anyways.
Okay.
Enough
all right.
of the
So
side.
we're hungry.
Yeah, I guess we're hungry. We want beer.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I think the best thing about St. Patrick's Day in Roanoke is probably just everybody coming out. I hope we have good weather for it.
Yeah,
so.
That's always the big thing is the weather nice. Because if it is, it's a celebration.
Very true. Very true. So that'll be fun. But on the note of St. Patrick's Day, have you guys heard of the Ides of March? Spooky.
What is the Ides of March?
So, I'm a big history person. I love history. And this was just a crazy day in history.
Okay. What happened?
So, the assassination of Julius Caesar, not to bring down the mood.
I think enough time has passed. We don't have to be sad about that anymore.
I know.
Too soon. If we get any too soon comments on Julius Caesar.
44 BC.
Guys.
It has not been long enough.
Come on, guys. How can you make fun of that?
Guys, Julius Caesar, not Caesar salad, but the human being in history.
Yes.
So it was once a routine date in the Roman calendar, but it became legendary when a group of senators, including his close friend Brutus, betrayed and stabbed Caesar 23 times, guys. Not one, not two, 23. The assassination was meant to restore the Roman Republic, but instead it sparked a power struggle. So it led to the rise of the Roman Empire, and this day is known as political, or it's remembered for political backstabbing.
What was the saying? What did he say? E tu Brute?
Yes, look at you. Somebody listened in English class.
Yeah,
over
and then
here.
it wasn't the story like he went and visited like a fortune teller or something, and they said, beware of the Ides of March.
Yes, so Rob got the next part.
Okay, sorry, spoiler
No, you're good.
Spoiler
No, I love it, because that was the next part I was getting to. Yeah. And he was warned about trusting the wrong people, and he was told, beware the Ides of March.
Who did he talk to? Was it a fortune teller? Or does it
let me see.
Like a
So it doesn't say
Terror
here.
reading?
It
Is
doesn't
that around
say
back
here, but it could. I feel like back then a lot of people probably went. They probably had political advisors, I would assume, but they also could have resorted to some spiritual. Yep. So that makes a lot of
down
sense.
The street.
Yes, old girl down the street. The random person in the alleyway says, "Can I tell you your fortune? I'll tell you for free." Hey, yo, Caesar. But yeah, so basically that's what happened. And then he walked into a literal stab fest at the Senate. So,
Stab fest?
I mean,
did you just come up with that term?
No, it's actually on the paper. I probably shouldn't have read it.
Stab fest.
Stab fest.
All right.
So really bringing down the mood.
What else could be called a stab fest? Could go for it.
You know, anything with slasher films, big horror movie girl over here.
Yeah, that horror film was a real stab fest.
Yeah, there you go. See?
All right.
Or if you really like your steak and you can't cut it correctly, you just got to keep, I don't know.
Man, that steak was so tough. It was a stab fest.
Yeah, it was a stab fest. Yeah. So there you go.
All right. Look at this.
Apparently the Ides of March, too. So I was going to read some facts here about the Ides of March.
Okay. Fact me.
So I don't know if you guys knew this, but before his assassination, the Ides of March was originally a day for settling debts in ancient Rome.
Yikes.
So it's a rough day, I guess, all around.
So
you're paying
it was
your
famous
taxes.
before the stab fest.
It was.
I didn't know that.
Maybe that's why the spiritual advisor said, "Beware the Ides of March." Maybe he owed a lot of taxes.
Yeah. He could pay his money.
Yeah, I guess that's the case. But
did anybody look into that person? Maybe they set up the whole thing.
You know what's funny? They probably should have. I don't. Looking back
Cold
now,
case.
it would have been treason back in the royal era. You know, so that's kind of crazy.
It is crazy.
But Shakespeare made it famous. So the phrase "Beware of the Ides of March," which Rob just said, it wasn't widely known about as a warning until William Shakespeare wrote Julius Caesar.
Okay.
So that's
I
cool.
did not know that either.
Yeah, let me see. I think there's another. Oh, and this day actually still spooks people today because of its eerie history. People think that is a day of bad luck and ominous vibes.
What day is it?
It's on March 15th. So, which is funny because I think that's actually when the St. Patrick's Day holiday is celebrated here this weekend. I think it's the 14th and the 15th. So anyway, in the case of bad decisions, like
in honor of bad
decisions, Rob and I decided it would be fun to recount some bad decisions we've had in our lives.
All right.
So this is kind of something.
Bad decisions.
Some of these decisions are funny. At least I know mine are funny. I don't know if Rob went the more serious route.
No, I didn't go like that. Was when I became clinically depressed.
Yeah, see, we talked about mental health already. We're gonna pass on the mental health for this podcast. But yeah, Rob, me or you first? Or should we go back and forth?
You go first. Yeah, you go first. Why don't you go through a couple of yours and then maybe add a couple at the end if you want.
Yeah, so I'll add in a picture of what this looks like. But I decided dyeing my hair half red and half orange a few years ago was a fabulous idea.
Was it during Halloween?
No, it wasn't. It was just a random. Well, I guess it was before Halloween, but it wasn't for any reason. I thought it looked cool, and I was like, I have platinum blonde hair. This should be fine, right? So it was a huge difference. I hated it. I rocked it for about 2 weeks, and I immediately dyed it brown.
You and your hair is.
I know. I'm trying some new things. This one's not as crazy. The one streak. I'm about to go get my hair done again, so we'll see what color it is next month. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet.
Tune in.
Yeah, it'll be a natural color. We just don't know what color yet, so we'll figure that out. But all right, Rob, I'm going to throw.
All right, you want me to go?
Yeah, I think we should go back and forth.
When I was doing this, I'll give you some backstory. I'm not backstory, but I'm the type of guy that it's when I hate going to bed because that time when you're falling asleep, everything's rushing through my head, and what I think about the most is something awkward I said 5 years ago.
Yes.
In a minimal conversation, it wouldn't even matter. I made a joke and nobody laughed, and I just and it was and I was in high school. I'll just go, and just cringe.
I do this,
and it does not matter at all. So I could have gone that way with my regrets because I had a lot of those.
Yep.
But I didn't. First one I went to was when I was 14. Okay.
Oh boy, throwing it back.
This girl called me on the phone, and she was like, "My friend thinks you're cute," and I got scared.
As we all do.
And I was like, "No,
are
you kidding me?"
I
know. I know.
So
and I should have just went for it. It was a bad decision. Oh, I mean, I guess not really, but I kind of regret it. I mean, like, why? Yeah. Who am I to just, I was scared.
It's nerve-wracking. Even now, like, I know at my age, like, I get nervous when people tell me they like me. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
And it was like younger, so it was like my friend likes you, so I wasn't even actually talking to the girl.
Oh, I would have been scared. Like, because what do you do? Then you're like, oh my gosh, I have to pay attention.
Put her on the phone.
Put a girl on. Have you seen that?
No.
But, gosh, me and the TikTok brain rot. Anyways, but yeah, so how'd that work out when you went back to school the next day?
I avoided her like the plague and never made eye contact again until I graduated.
She probably thought that you hated her. Good. Even if you did have a crush on her back, she probably hated
sure. Who? I mean, why not?
I know, but I'm just saying, she probably, now she has trauma and now
and it's all my fault. It's my fault.
Yep. So
I know.
that's a bad
She put herself
decision.
out there, and I got
and you shot her down.
Yeah.
And that's why nobody
the
does that now.
Casanova at me at 14.
Oh my gosh, I'm weak.
So stupid.
That's hilarious. All right, so on to number 2. I guess this is a more serious one, but it's not like depressing. But buying a brand new car off the lot instead of buying one used.
Yeah.
Biggest mistake because it depreciates in value the second you.
As soon as you go off the lot.
I will never buy a brand new car again, guys. So,
yeah.
That's all I gotta say. I just feel like.
All right, I like that. That's you didn't know if you were turning into Roanoke Live, you're getting financial advice.
Yeah, don't take it from me. Don't take it from me. As I get further down the list, you will understand. Do not take it from me. Like, I'm the last person you want to take financial advice from.
Oh my goodness!
It's like the Tiger King.
I'll never financially recover from this.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
So yeah, there's that. And that's all I got to say. There's not much else.
That's all I got to say about that.
Yep, that's all I got to say about it.
My second one was when I was 22 years old. I had luscious locks, and I shaved my head.
Oh.
And it never came back. Now, I probably not. Like, I probably still would have went bald, but I don't know. It just was never the same.
Curly, straight? Like, what are we talking about?
Oh, yeah. I had, like, the wings.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. And on a whim, everyone else was shaving their heads. There was just some guy on the front porch. Just like, everyone was just shaving their heads.
So you were like, let me do it.
Boys hanging out.
Oh, my God.
Let's all shave our heads together.
See, that's why you don't do things that other people in your friend group do. That's how we all get in trouble. Oh, man. Rip to the hair and rip to my bank account. So my third one, this is probably something that I haven't mentioned on the podcast. I have a huge fear of blood, which is funny because I love horror movies and scary things.
And tattoos.
Yeah. I don't look at my own blood. But working in a vet hospital when I was in high school as somebody who had a fear of blood, I passed out. I had to help with a surgery that happened while I was one of the only people there at the time. And I passed out in the operating room.
That's
so not only did they have to take care of the animal that was on the table, they had to take care of the human that was passed out on the floor.
It's like the husband that passes out when his wife's getting birth.
It's literally the same thing. So that is my third bad decision on this.
All right. So don't work in an animal hospital if you hate blood.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
All right. My third one is I had a football signed by a Hall of Fame football player.
Oh, boy.
Howie Long. And one time we could not find a football, and I let my friends convince me to play with it.
I already know what this is.
Yeah. And it's gone.
And it's gone forever.
It's gone forever.
Somewhere in the river, somewhere in somebody's backyard.
Yeah.
Everybody check and see if you have an autograph.
I should never have let them. And if you're watching this, it's all your fault.
He's got a vendetta against you. It's
all your fault. I told you we shouldn't have played with that football.
Be careful on March 15th. Rob is coming after you.
Me too. Roberté.
Oh my gosh. He's coming to get you. Lord have mercy. But yeah, you got to keep those things. You never know.
I fought it too. Like, it wasn't even like I was like young and was like, oh, this isn't going to be worth money. I had it in a case.
Oh my, you went and took it out of the case? My dad would have
I succumbed to peer pressure.
Probably. Yeah, my dad used to have a case full of things that were signed. If I took anything out of there, I wouldn't be here today. Yeah, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be in the case too, probably. But so my fourth one, which goes back to financial, spending so much money on concert tickets, having adult money has ruined me.
What are you talking about? How can you put that as a list of bad decisions? You're going to do it tomorrow.
Say no. I know.
You're going to do it tomorrow.
I know. But what's funny is I've seen a lot of these bands already, and it's not that they don't have like new music and stuff, but I do not need to see them 10 and 15 times over and over, like as much as I love them.
So you're just saying this out loud?
Yeah. So this is more of a hand slap to myself. Like Stop it. Like, I don't need any more. Like, I'm literally seeing a band, and then I'm seeing them at a festival not even 2 months later.
This is the craziest thing. I cannot believe you put that on this list.
I had to, because I know
you're going to do
I'm
it
going
again.
to do it still. But internally, you know, it brings me joy, but I know it's a bad decision. So music has ruined my bank account because I spend money on guitar gear, music, stuff, concert tickets, travel to get to the concerts. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Listen.
So.
But you definitely should spend money on concerts and come here.
Yeah. I know. I could just sleep in my office. Does that count? I actually have to pay to sleep in my office. It's a $10 fee. But that'd be wild.
My fourth one is I had a Yankees jacket, and the jacket had so when you go to like the World Series, you get a patch.
Yep, I know what you're talking
all
about.
26 patches on it.
Oh my gosh.
And I sold it to somebody for $30.
All right, so don't let Rob have any sports memorabilia.
I know, guys, it's like my favorite thing in the world.
If you're listening, if you get him anything, you got to lock it somewhere and be like, this is yours, but you cannot touch it.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob, what are we going to do?
It's bad.
Yeah, maybe I need to like give you my dad. Yeah. My dad will be like, no.
Or I could just give him my stuff. And
he'll keep it. Let me tell you, he will not let you.
I got a Mariano Rivera signed hat. It's in my office. I leave it in there so nobody can mess with it.
Yeah, don't sell it, Rob. Don't sell it. Don't let anybody borrow it, no matter how much they beg. So this one's a hot take, and Rob's probably going to panic when I say this.
Oh, Lord.
Because it's not going to go in the way he thinks it's going to go.
Okay.
Because I'm just going to baseline it.
Okay.
But I need to preface this and say I love my job. I love doing what I do.
Oh, jeez.
But running social media for my career over the years has been a bad decision. Because, see, Rob right now, his face is probably red. I should probably just leave it there.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, my face is not red. I'm putting my hand in my fist because your last two decisions you regret are something that you do.
I know, and I'm going to continue to do
every day.
I know. Well, it's because I love both of those things, though. I love music and I love my job, but I will say it's the things, like some comments that we get.
Oh my gosh, that
drives you nuts.
Hysterical.
I know. I do have to say, I got to set the record straight because people do keep saying this. I have made being a metalhead and loving rock music my entire personality.
Yes.
So we love rock here, and I don't want to hear it again. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say. I'm setting the record straight.
And all you metal fans, you got somebody in the building.
You see me right here. I have a guitar tattooed on my arm. I love metal. I advocate, okay? It's not that. That's not the case. It's so much more complicated, okay?
Oh, my goodness.
And now that the record is set straight.
Let's just go to the next topic.
Okay.
All right. This is my last one. My first car that I got was a Bronco 2.
Yeah.
Teal. I used to get people come up to me all the time. I'd go get the oil change. They'd be like, sell the car to me.
Yes.
Sell the car to me.
I love my Bronco.
And I sold it.
Rob.
I know.
You got to stop doing these things.
I got to stop.
See?
I'm just going to become a hoarder.
You're giving me a hard time about the last two. All of these have to do with you selling things that were valuable to you. So.
Dang.
Just don't sell off.
Wow, we're having
kids.
some self-realization.
We are.
What the? For the right price. No, I'm just kidding.
You said, I'll take $50. No, I'm just kidding. We got to keep Keegan. He has to be a repeat guest on this podcast.
God. First recurring guest.
Yes, we cannot. Nothing can happen to him.
Oh, my goodness.
But that's hilarious. Yeah, so we embarrassed ourselves at the cost of the podcast. You guys are welcome.
That was unreal.
Yeah, that was the first
segment.
time I can honestly say I was a little bit uncomfortable on the podcast. So we're going to keep doing things that make us uncomfortable because I feel like you guys will like them. So
are we edgy enough for you now?
Yeah,
Do we take enough risk?
You guys said we weren't taking enough risk. Here we are. So this is going to be a risky, when I say risky podcast, we have something coming a little later that we've never done before. So we'll see how this works out. So
all right. Well,
on to the next one.
segment is Pop Goes Berglund. Let me see if I can remember where the thing is.
Nailed it.
For Pop Goes Berglund, March means March Madness.
Heck yeah.
I hopefully let me see if I can get the tune in. No, that's not even close.
We need a button for it.
Oh my goodness, I don't know it.
I'll put it if I can find it, I will put
CBS.
CBS. Okay, hopefully they don't sue us.
But yeah, right.
Yeah, they just randomly find our
March
podcast.
Madness is coming up. It's the best sports tournament in the world. It's the best postseason of any of the sports. It's madness from start to finish, from noon on Thursday to that Sunday. My eyes will bleed because I'm watching so much
It'll
college
bleed
basketball.
basketballs just coming down.
Basketballs will come out.
Lord have mercy. Well,
are you excited as me?
No. The only reason I'm saying that is because you know how closely I pay attention to sports, which is very little. Very little. I mean, I'll pay attention. I like the social aspect of it, meaning like I like the things that come out of it social media wise and like
go back to social media, your favorite thing.
Yeah, but exactly. Everything has to go back
when
to
they mention them at concerts.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just cannot. But yeah, March Madness. I'm a big Hokie, which we disagree about.
Well,
obviously.
they're not in it.
Well,
They
I know
stink.
that. So I'm still gonna
UVA.
cheer for them because I didn't know they weren't in it. So that's. So who are you? Have you made a bracket? Are you?
Oh, they're not
betting?
out yet. Oh my goodness. They're not out yet. They don't come out till like 3 days.
Well, are you
before.
planning on doing any of these things?
I'll do a bracket. For sure. The two favorite. Let me put you on some game.
I
the
need
two
it.
favorites are Duke and Auburn.
Okay, Duke back at the top. Again.
Yep. Duke has this player called Cooper Flagg.
Oh,
He's
that's an interesting name.
White kid who's probably gonna be the number one pick.
I was gonna say,
which you haven't seen in probably 30 years, probably since. You ever seen that Shane Gillis bit when he does? When the announcers changed voices.
Oh, yeah.
That was the last time people were cool.
Oh, my
but yeah, so it's been a while, but he's really good.
All right.
Auburn's also really good. My pick, if you're looking for Rob's pick of the day, it's the Red Storm St. John's with Rick Pitino. They're in New York.
All right.
They've been doing big things. Watch out.
Okay.
On March Madness, watch out for the Red Storm.
If I do any of the betting on the brackets or anything, it's going to be just solely based on the colors I like of the team.
Well, you know what? That's normally what wins the pools.
All right, good.
Seriously. Then, because it's all crazy. It's all random. The people that don't have any bias into it are the ones that normally do the best.
I like their jerseys, so they're going up top. That's where we're going. Or I like their name, or their mascot.
But. And that was March Madness talk by Tiffany.
So we're not quite done with March Madness, actually, guys.
Oh, yeah.
We have we're actually going to cut out for this because we got to set it up.
We got to set it up. What's it called?
We have a fun game. We're going to explain it to you really quick. It's called, we came up with this, if you couldn't tell by what's about to come out of my mouth. Trashketball Madness.
Nailed it.
Okay, that was a hard one to say.
No notes.
No notes. So we're going to do where we shoot 5 pieces of trash, which is just going to be balled up pieces of paper, into a I guess it's a trash can that you already had owned. It's a basketball.
But didn't sell that one.
Yes. So, nope. So it's going to be pieces of paper with trends on it. So,
and if you miss the shot, you have to do the trend.
So more TikToks coming at you guys in case I feel like everybody enjoyed the other one. So we're going to keep
anything for our fans.
Yes. And
all 3 of you.
Mom, dad, mom. Your mom's so cute.
Keegan's a fan.
Yeah, I love his mom's comments on her stuff.
Yeah,
but anyway,
she always comments.
Yes, she said we should go to America's Got Talent where they would boo us off the stage. But
shout out moms.
Yes,
moms
shout out moms. So on that note, we're gonna head out here and set up the game, and we will see you in just a second.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now bringing you Trashketball Madness. Tiffany, how are we feeling?
Nervous and excited, and I'm gonna win.
Okay. Well, I don't know if. Okay. Well, there's the only person that could lose is you and me because we cannot play against each other. So just to remind everybody of the rules, I got 5 pieces of paper right here. Tiffany's got 5 pieces of paper. Everyone has each one of them has a challenge on them. Each person's gonna tell a little bit about the challenge. And then they are going to ball it up and shoot it. If they make it, they don't have to do the challenge. If they miss it, upcoming video soon. All right. First one, Tiffany.
Oh boy.
Your first one is the Bella Porch. This, at one point, was the most liked video in TikTok history. You know, M to the B, you know what I'm talking about?
Is it? Oh, it's the one with
M to the B, M to the B. Yep. So if you miss that shot, then you have to do that challenge. All right?
I have to say,
Well, nobody can hear you. You don't have a mic, so don't talk too much.
I'm very nervous, and this is the one I'm definitely not looking forward to doing. So hopefully I don't miss.
Okay. All right. Remember, don't talk unless the mic's facing you. You're just talking in the air. Here, maybe. Oh, snap!
I really didn't want to do that.
Dang. Oh, my gosh. 1 for 1. That was a lot of pressure. All right. The second one is the Sprite challenge.
Oh, no.
Have you seen that one?
So I have seen this. They have to chug a Sprite.
And not burp.
Nope. Which I've been training for this my whole life with energy.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you missed that one because we'd like to see it.
Oh, boy.
Tiffany, you keep talking.
What if I throw
She said, for everyone that couldn't hear, she said she's been training for this her whole life because she drinks energy drinks. If you would like to speak. You got anything to say?
I'm still nervous.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, hey! 2 for 2. All right, I'm starting to feel real nervous now because if I miss some.
Oh, no.
All right, the next one is the perfect pitch challenge.
Is this the raise your ya?
No.
Oh, thank God.
This is when there's one of those games where you have to say do, re, mi, and then go over the things.
You guys get to hear my beautiful singing voice, which is not beautiful.
All right. Trashketball Madness in full effect. Don't miss.
All right.
Don't miss. Oh! Get ready to hear Tiffany sing.
Oh, my God.
All right. The next one is the Adele song Dance.
Oh,
Send my love to your new lover.
Wait, is that the...
Oh, you got it?
I don't know. That's all I got.
You got it already?
I may know part of it for no reason.
Okay. Sorry to our listeners only. This is a video episode. If you listen to this without any video, you're screwed. All right. Let's see if Tiffany will be dancing like them dancers. Oh, the bank shot. All right. Last one is the Bruno Mars dance. Have you seen that one?
I have not. Please explain.
It's the song where it's in Spanish, Yokea Makamoto. Okay, well, it's a good one. You got to go. Boom, 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 boom.
I have something to say. I feel like mine that I wrote down for Rob are worse than these.
Oh, I took it easy on you?
I think you did.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gosh. All right.
All right.
Last shot.
If you make this one, you only got to do
30
one.
seconds on the clock.
3, 2, 1. Oh!
Why are they both dance challenges?
All right.
Singing. Sorry.
One singing, one dance. All right, let's switch it up. You come sit down.
Hey, at least you got 2 out of me. 3 out of 2 ain't bad.
All right.
All right.
Here we go.
All right, you guys. I feel like I was slightly a little bit harder on Rob with these, but so the first one we have is the anime emote trend. Rob, have you seen this?
No.
So that's where people do the hand motions like they do in anime, and it's like the cringe thing.
Oh my goodness.
So that's
All
your
right.
first one.
Here we go.
No! Oh no, Robert!
I left it short.
So I guess I'm gonna have to teach him how to do the anime emotes.
Oh my goodness! How did I leave that short?
So that's okay because that's probably not the worst one.
Okay.
So our next one is the try not to cringe challenge, but it's just you doing the try not to cringe.
I know that one.
Yep. So wait, yeah, I'll let you crumble it up. Oh boy, I'm nervous. Good. You don't have to do the try not to cringe challenge. So for those tuning in via not video, Rob is one. Wait.
1 for 2.
Yeah, 1 for 2. Let's go. I can't count. So the next one is the paper planes dance trend. Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like Rob already knows. So this is probably one of the least worst ones as well.
Here we go.
Let's see.
Oh
no! The basket is cursed.
Oh, how did I miss
I
that?
don't know.
This is terrible.
Use your backboard.
You were better than me.
Use your backboard. I played basketball back in I feel like you probably did too.
Yeah.
All right, so we got 2 left, and Rob is 1 for 3, but
Oh my God.
these last 2 were pretty bad, so hopefully...
Time to clutch
Yep.
up. Time to
So,
clutch up.
the second to last one is the cup stacking challenge.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys remember from middle school. I don't know, Rob, if you ever did this in school. He's just got to stack the cups until he does it successfully, but on TikTok. So give you that one.
I don't want to do this one.
I hope you don't have to for all of our sakes. Hey, no cup stacking challenge for you. No, I think you should have too. All right, so this one's pretty rough. Not as bad as the anime one, which I can't believe you have to do. But this is the uwu trend, which is the uwu song, the cringe song. Basically goes along with the anime thing. So most of the time girls do it, but...
Oh, great.
So hopefully Rob doesn't miss this one. I was. I'm sorry. Did a lot of research. All right. Me and Rob actually listen.
This is crazy.
We both
did.
So there you guys go. Stay tuned. You got 4 videos coming, 2 from each of us.
Yep.
So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this game. If you like us doing things like that, let us know. So.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. But let's keep the podcast rolling. The next segment we got going on is the Berglund Center rumor mill.
Ooh, our coworkers are in trouble. Who's it gonna be?
For those of you that are new to the podcast, we are making sure our coworkers are listening to the podcast, so we just make up a rumor about them.
Yep.
Update on last time. Ashley totally busted us out.
She did. Yes. Oh, she listened. Yeah. That's so sweet.
She came in and was like, I do not have psychosis.
Amazing. Okay.
So this victim for this month is Sarah Gray. I heard Sarah loves orange juice. And you want to know how much she loves orange juice?
How much?
In her cereal, instead of milk, she uses orange juice. In her coffee, instead of creamer,
sounds horrible.
She uses orange juice. She wakes up, she has 7 glasses of orange juice next to her on her nightstand and just chugs it. The one time a doctor told her she needed vitamin C, and she hasn't looked back since.
You know what? And I respect that.
Yeah.
And for everybody that doesn't know, Sarah is she's an event manager, right? Okay.
Nailed it.
So she, you might see her running around, especially with the conventions that we have here. And she's awesome, but she does love her some orange juice.
Loves it. Just can't get enough orange juice. If she can get an IV of OJ, just going right into her
You know, now that you mention that, I did see an IV of orange juice in there today, Rob.
Yep.
I'd be a little concerned.
Orange juice rehab for Sarah coming up.
Yep. And on that note, hopefully she doesn't kill us. We are going into upcoming events for March. So,
Tiffany, why don't you tell us about some of the upcoming events we got going on?
So by the time this podcast comes out, these first 2 events, I'll tell you the dates. They already have passed, but hopefully you guys came to them and enjoyed.
Yes.
So we have the dinosaurs on March 1st and 2nd, Dinosaur Adventure. These things are awesome. I just have to talk about them really quick, Rob. I don't know if you saw the ones that were here last year.
Oh, yeah. We go every year.
They are so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I think it is totally worth the money. I would pay to go as an adult. I went in there and stared into one's eyes, and I was afraid it was going to jump out and bite me. So so they're pretty legitimate. They have some activities, I think, too, for the kids to do here, and it's just a really cool, fun thing to take your kiddos to.
And if you miss this one, they come back every year.
They do. So and we're happy to have them.
Yep.
And then on March 1st, the Rail Yard Dogs played the Pensacola Ice Flyers. I hope they won.
Sold out.
Yep, they sold it out.
First ever sellout for the dogs. That's exciting.
So, and then coming up this weekend, when you guys see this podcast on March 8th and 9th, is going to be the 44th annual MDA Car Show. I'm actually planning on going to that. I'm super excited. Yeah. I think I'm going to go. Oh, I love cars. I think they're awesome. I try to go. I've really only been to some local ones, but I really want to go to this one. I saw a little bit of it last year.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait to go. So I'm going to go to that.
And it's for a good cause, too.
Yes. So I'm stoked about that. March 21st is Rail Yard Dogs versus the Knoxville Ice Bears. So another Rail Yard Dogs game. And then March 22nd, we have ice bumper cars and public skate. Check out our website for the times for that. And if you guys are seeing this early in March, and you go check for
now.
Go check
pause.
now.
Go.
Tickets go extremely fast for the ice bumper cars. Yeah, welcome back. And then we also have ice bumper cars the following day on March 23rd. And then a really exciting event for us that we've brought back for a lot of years. You gonna?
I was gonna shoot it.
Yep, Harlem Globetrotters. Hey, I knew somebody was gonna do that.
Yeah.
So that's, and there's also, again, if you guys are listening to this early in the month, go check out and see if there's magic passes or any of those extra add-ons.
So
if you
worth
guys,
it.
yes, if you guys are able to afford to do those things, please do them. The magic pass especially is super fun. You get to meet the team. They do some drills with you and teach you how to do the basketball on your finger, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So, March 28th is Rail Yard Dogs again versus the Macon Mayhem. And then March 28th is also the Star Quilters Guild presents the largest quilt show and vendor sale in Southwest Virginia.
There we go.
So if you guys are into the quilting thing, that's a good one.
come.
Yep. And then March 29th and March 30th are 2 more Rail Yard Dogs games. They are playing Macon Mayhem and Fayetteville Marksmen.
Wow. March is full.
Yeah. Lots of dogs games and other fun events. So you guys make sure you check them out.
Yeah. Well, that about wraps up our part of the podcast. Stay tuned for a great interview about an event that we have coming up, Screamiverse. It's the first time for this event. It's going to be so much fun. If you're a horror fan, if you're a supernatural fan, if you're just a fan of like fun and interesting things, you got to come check out the event. For all that Tiffany was referencing, rock shows, this is kind of similar where if you want these type of events to come, you got to come out and support them.
Yep.
These guys, this is the first year of them doing the event, and they started it from scratch. So looking forward to that interview, and make sure you stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys next month. All righty. Welcome back to Roanoke Live. We want to welcome on 2 very special guests. Dan Johnson and Mark Dye, 2 of the creators of Screamiverse. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we're getting super pumped for the event. We're getting pretty close to it. I know you guys are probably chomping at the bit for it too a little bit. Long time coming. So we wanted to have you guys on to just get to know you a little bit, maybe dive a little bit further into it. So why don't we start by getting to know you guys just a little bit. Dan, how about you give us a little bit? You work here at the Berglund Center. We could start there.
That's true.
But you're a jack of all trades though, right?
Well, I won't go over everything, but first and foremost, I'm a retired electronics and animatronics instructor, robotics. I taught at Franklin County for 30 years, and I retired from there. And as you mentioned, I'm an event supervisor, and I also work for Union here at the Berglund Center. And on the side, I build animatronics for various companies.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Anything else? At Screamiverse.
We'll leave it at that. And one of the owners of Screamiverse. Yes.
What about you, Mark?
So, Mark Dye. I work for the city of Roanoke. I'm a systems coordinator in the human resources department. Kind of a fun contrast to a spooky convention.
Yeah.
But,
I love that.
But yeah, I work for the city of Roanoke. I'm also a graphic designer, illustrator. You can find me online, Mark Munster Arts. You can see my work there.
Cool.
Also, for the past 13 years, I've helped. I'm one of the folks that runs Hexed Haunted Attraction. So one of our sponsors, one of the folks bringing Screamiverse to Roanoke. We've been doing that for 14 years in the area, but I've been with that team for 13 years, doing everything initially from acting, then getting into more of I'll call it haunt craft. The things behind the scenes for making a haunted house operate and work.
That's awesome.
And now we do so many things. Actor training, set design, costumes.
Wow.
You name it. It's all part of putting that show on. So yeah, that's what I do.
So 2 modern Renaissance man is what we have on the podcast. Geez, I need to do more with my life. I don't know about you, Tiffany. I don't know if I have enough going on.
I do a lot. I do a lot outside.
So you're leaving me out
below.
You
gotta get on our level.
Oh, that's fair.
So speaking of Screamiverse, what inspired your team to start Screamiverse, and tell us how the idea came to be?
Well, so it started with me. I had just finished working with Blue Ridge Nightmares, our last year with them. And I recently retired as a teacher, teaching electronics and robotics. But I've had this vision in my head for about 10 years of doing some type of haunt convention. And a mutual friend of ours connected us. It's with our other partner, Tim, with Hex Haunted Attractions. And so our mutual friend got us together. We went out for dinner, and Tim brought Mark along. This is the first time I met Mark, was at that dinner. And we just sat around at the table and started talking about my vision. And it turns out that Tim and Mark also had that same vision.
That's awesome.
They're haunt enthusiasts and convention enthusiasts, and that was a little over a year ago, and everything just blended well together, meshed together, and you are about to see a year's worth of planning and hard work, which we call Screamiverse Expo.
Yeah, it's really interesting that Dan had this idea. Because we at part of the haunted house world, we do a lot of conventions. Trans World that takes place in St. Louis every year. Tim helped operate a haunted attraction convention called Fear Expo that was out of Owensburg, Kentucky. And me, I've been going to horror conventions for most of my adult life. Probably for the past 20 years, I've been going to conventions in Charlotte, Richmond. So I've been as far as Chicago. And the idea was always, wow, it'd be really cool if we had something like this in Roanoke.
Yeah.
Something that, we wouldn't have to travel 3-4 hours for. We could bring it here and have that type of event in the New River Valley. Because we had never seen something like that here before.
Right.
And I was like, that'd be really cool. And sure enough, Dan had the same thoughts brewing.
And the idea that I've been working here at the Berglund Center, hard to believe now, going on 24 years, and having done so many shows and everything else, and working with wonderful staff members like you guys, we just thought it was a great opportunity to bring it here to the Roanoke Valley.
Right. Yeah. You kind of saw what it takes to run the event from the inside. So that probably got your wheels turning. Like, it made the idea a little bit more tangible, I bet, at being around events that much.
I think the part that made it the easiest is everybody's talent just kind of blended together perfectly.
Right.
So we had everything we needed.
Yeah, it sounds like that dinner was magical.
Yeah.
You guys were like really connecting. That's awesome to be a fly on the wall there.
It was a magical salad.
Magical salad.
Because from talking to you guys are also passionate about it, right?
Very.
So getting you guys in the same room, you were probably like, wow, it's really nice to see people that share this passion of this space right here. So I'm glad you guys were able to have that dinner. And you mentioned Hex, and I bet one of the other things that was integral in getting this off the ground is getting sponsors and giving you sort of that foundation. So can you talk to us about some of the sponsors you guys have for these events?
Sure. That's been something that we've been really, really fortunate with. As we've had some great sponsors that have been interested in the event, that have had that trust in us to be able to promote their product, and they've with that trust they've been able to give us provide us with the ability to create some of the events and things that we're going to be doing. So we've been super fortunate and thankful for the folks that did say, hey, that sounds really cool, that sounds fun, we want to be part of it. We made a list here of some of
let's hear them.
Sure that we recognized everyone that
sure,
because again we're so grateful and so thankful that they came through to help us, because we have, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it eventually, we have some really unique and interesting and fun things that we're doing as part of this convention, and I'm super excited about that. But some of our sponsors, Hamler Funeral Home and Crematory.
That's a fun sponsor.
Yeah.
It ties in perfectly.
Yeah.
It ties in perfectly with us, right? Renewal by Anderson.
Oh, okay.
With as Hagee's Towing is another one of our sponsors. Beard and Shears Barbershop. Brian Cox Photography came forward pretty early on to be a sponsor for our cosplay contest.
Oh, that's awesome.
And, yeah, he'll be providing part of the prize package for that, so that's a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
Of course, our friends here at the Berglund Center.
Yeah.
So grateful for that, and Hex Haunted Attraction. Awesome. So we have a group of folks. A lot of those are are here in the New River Valley, businesses local to what we're doing. So we're so excited for that.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without them.
Yeah.
I mean, we are so grateful for their support.
Well, I think it is because they meet you guys and they know how much passion about you you guys have for it, because it takes a lot of trust for somebody to sponsor an event that's never happened. And I think it's because it's a testament to you guys, because they trust that basically they're trusting in you to do it. So that's kind of the impression that I got it. But yeah, let's get to it. Let's talk about this event, because I know Tiffany, she heard when we were having this event, she got pumped about it.
It's right up my alley.
This is right up Tiffany's alley.
Yeah, it's everything I talk about like every day and on the podcast too. So.
And we appreciate you.
Yeah.
So let's get to it. What can people expect to see at Screamiverse this year?
Okay, get ready. We have a jam-packed, fun, full weekend here. And this is just, some of the highlights. We have 13 special guests where you're going to have photo opportunities and autographs, but including but not limited to Tony Moran, the original Michael Myers.
That's awesome.
From John Carpenter's Halloween. We've got Nancy Ann Ritter from Wes Craven's movie Scream.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to have the original Jeepers Creepers truck from the movie Jeepers Creepers.
Heck yeah.
We're going to have the Green Goblin head and Pat Miller from Stephen King's Maximum Overdrive movie.
Awesome.
And many other special guests. But we also have over 100 vendors coming here, authors, artists, music, toys, props, oddities, clothing, so much more. But the thing that I want to point out is a majority of these authors have never been to the Roanoke Valley. So they're coming here for the very first time.
That's awesome.
And they're coming from all over. We're going to have panel discussions and workshops such as paranormal investigations with Twisted Productions. We've got special effects artists, movie artists, like Eric De La Vega, who used to work with The Walking Dead and the Predator series.
Oh, wow.
We're going to have a strongman presentation from stuntman actor Todd Jones. We have tarot classes offered by Madam Adam and a horror trivia game that's going to be done with Marie Lestrange. And another part that my partner here is going to discuss that he's very passionate about, actually we both are, but I mean he's the one that put in most of the legwork on this, is our film festival. So I'm going to let him talk about that.
Sure. We're going to be doing a film showcase that'll be taking place over both days, all day long. These are movies that have been submitted to us from filmmakers from all over the U.S.
Oh, cool.
Showing some interest in sharing their work for to horror fans in our area. In some cases, we have some of these filmmakers are letting us be their Virginia premiere for their films.
That's special.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge Mel Brooks fan. I love.
Oh yeah.
I love Mel Brooks. I also love that classic era of horror movies like Ed Wood and just black and white classic horror. We have a filmmaker it's a movie called Vampire Zombies period from space. And it's a throwback to that Ed Wood era of horror. It's so funny and just one of the most unique and original movies that I've personally seen in so long. I was so excited that they were allowing us to be the Virginia premiere.
Wow.
We also have a short film from Jonathan Dilworth. It's called Howl If You Love Me. It's an animation. Jonathan Dilworth is the creator of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
It goes by Dilly. Dilly's going to be allowing us to screen that. He's been really excited about the event too, and us being able to share that with the Screamiverse audience. So, the schedule for that will be up really soon. Again, it's movies all day, so
wow.
I am absolutely stoked on that. It's going to be great.
Well, actually, and some of our guests are in some of the movies like Nancy Ann with the other one.
That's right, Nancy Ann. There's folks that you'll definitely recognize. Joe Bob Briggs from the last Drive-In.
Oh yeah.
He's in one of the films, and Judith O'Dea. So Judith O'Dea played Barbara in the original Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
She stars, in which is probably like one of the most iconic lines. It is the most iconic line in all zombie movies. What's like, they're coming to get you, Barbara. That's
you nailed it.
Absolutely classic. So we have some folks that in these films that people will recognize and will love to see, especially if you're a fan of like cult horror, indie horror. We're hoping that Screamiverse will be your home for that. You'll find that here in the future. Some of our guests, indie horror guests, some that are doing just amazing things, rising stars, I would say. As you can tell, I'm really excited.
That's something
everybody
I
should be excited about that. That's pretty awesome. I mean, these are films that they probably wouldn't be able to have access to otherwise, too, like some of the shorter films. And like you said, that's such a special thing that you're getting to show them at Screamiverse. So
yeah, that's something I didn't know, and I'm super excited about that. I can't wait to hear about like the logistics of how that's going to work, and is it going to be in its own like separate room, or
it will. We're going to be doing it in Berglund Hall. In Parlor C.
Gotcha.
Is where it's going to be located.
That is so fun.
Yeah, I've had some experience with other conventions and I guess logistically how some of the other conventions run their fest. With us, it's not necessarily a film fest this year. I would love to see it expand to that in the future, where we could get submissions and categories and do the whole review and judge and have an award ceremony.
Oh yeah, I could see that one day.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
This year we just want to try to provide the I'll say the most interesting and coolest horror films that we were able to find.
Right.
That we could partner up with those filmmakers and say, hey, we love this movie. Let us show it to a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
And they've been excited too. We've had just great feedback from. We try to do spotlights with things with our vendors, with our sponsors. We want to make sure that the folks who, again, when we talk about trust, the folks that are trusting us with this event, that we're giving them that exposure and let them know, hey, we're very thankful that you're going to be part of our first show.
Right, right.
Let's let people see you. Let's share the art that you're making so that people know how amazing it is.
Yeah. Definitely.
So yeah.
Dan, before we go on, I want to hear more about the strongman competition.
Yeah.
Like, do you have the details for that yet? That jumped out to me when you said that.
Well,
or are we not ready to talk about that yet?
We're not ready to talk about that yet, because I'm going to let Mark talk about that too.
Okay.
But I will say this, just so the people know, let's be clear, with your ticket into Screamiverse, viewing all those movies, it's free.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a good
weekend.
point.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. Right. So everything that we're talking about, again, a fun-filled weekend, it's all free.
Yeah. Okay, that is a good point.
But we will get to the strong.
Okay. All right.
Some other things that are going on. Yeah. We have tattooing and piercing on site.
Oh, that's
for the weekend as well. All day, both days. You don't have to make an appointment. You could come by. They'll have flash designs available that you could just go up, pick it off the sheet, find something spooky, get a tattoo that day. We love that we're doing piercing as well. That's something that even with tattoo conventions that I've been to. That you don't see as much piercing, so I'm glad that we have that on site as well. But if there is something specific that you want, if you're like, hey, maybe I want something, that maybe would not be on that flash sheet. Folks are going to be guests of, coming to Screamiverse Expo. They can reach out to those artists. We have their email and contact information on Screamiverse.com. If you go there, you can reach out to those artists and ask for something special. And they'd love to hear from folks coming. But we have. For the artists that are coming, we have Livewire Tattoo from Blacksburg, Virginia. They are some of just the most amazing traditional and neo-traditional artists in the area. Just bold, bright, solid tattoos all day. We love the work they do. They're actually bringing their whole shop to the convention that day. So we love it. We love it. They're supporting us, and we want to give that support right back. So, so we love those guys. We also have a couple folks coming from out of town. We have Coco Rodriguez from Indiana. His shop is called House of 1,000 Needles, so it's a horror reference.
Oh
so,
yeah.
These two artists that are coming into town saw that it was a horror convention, and they were like, "Sign me up!"
Yeah.
They were chomping at the bits. Like, here's our application. Say yes now, please. We want to be part of this.
That's awesome.
The other one's Jonathan Swiney. He's from Ravenmacher Tattoo. They're in. Tennessee, Southeast Tennessee.
Okay.
So yeah, they're driving up from there to be part of the show.
Heck yeah,
Nice.
that's awesome.
So again, this is something that people wouldn't see normally locally, you know. So
Right.
we're bringing it in.
We've got more. You want to hear more?
Yeah, I do, because
Yeah.
this is getting
Great.
me excited. Like, this is like, wow, you guys have a lot. This
Yeah,
is a
a
lot
lot.
of different stuff.
It was one of the things that Dan and I, we've talked about it multiple times. We said that, we want to swing for the fences. We want to
Yeah.
make this, if we have a cool idea, if we have something that we think that would be fun for ticket holders, let's do it. Like, is it a lot of work? Yeah. Have we slept much? No. No, we haven't. Are we maybe a little tired, a little stressed out? No. No, but we we love it. We every time we come up with something that could set us apart and make us, something maybe a little different, something where someone will be like, wow, that's weird. We love it. Like, we're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So,
weirder the better, right?
But on Saturday night, for ticket holders, so included in the price of your ticket, we knew that people would be coming in from out of town, and that instead of going back and spending a night at your hotel, we wanted to have an after-hours event. So
Okay.
we are doing a show. It's going to be held at Terra Manor. Our friends over there were gracious enough to let us use their queue line area, the Midway. That it's a very large area. They have a stage there, so we're going to be using that for Saturday night, and we're doing a show. We have 3 bands that'll be joining us. And if anybody listening to this, if I explain these bands and I explain them poorly, and you're like, how dare you say that? How dare you say that band sounds that way?
Yeah.
I'm using my own words, right? So I'm gonna say something here. It's gonna maybe. I hope it doesn't get me a lot. of hate.
Oh, gosh.
We got forgiving fans.
I am a pop punk and emo fan, so a lot of times, like, aggressive heavy music, I love it. It's awesome. It sounds so cool, but I have like a limited number of bands I can use.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's fine.
We have Magista Giant, and these are regional bands. Magista Giants from this area, from Roanoke. They're like a sludge metal band, like super cool. If you like the band Clutch, you're gonna like them. Just heavy, loud. If you want something to keep your ears ringing all night, they're going to be the band to do it.
Tiffany's ears are perking up.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. With these bands too, you can find their information on social media. Like, if you want to get a preview of what you're going to hear, you can find it. We also have Wolf Biker. Wolf Biker is a kind of like a metalcore band. I would say, like, if you like the band Killswitch Engage, you'll probably be really into those guys. They're so good. I'm stoked to see them. And our last band is a horror punk band. So if you're a fan,
That's awesome.
if you're a fan of the Misfits, you'll love these guys. It's Late Night Zero. Again, all 3 are regional bands. They're going to be playing for our guests that night. So again, it's included with your ticket. So if you have a ticket, don't go home. Come out and enjoy the show.
Yeah, and that's close to Berglund Center too, so it's not a far, like I said, just a hop, skip, and a jump that way.
Yeah,
So that's
so close.
awesome.
Wow, that's some real value. You
Yeah,
get a show too.
for real.
Well, there's more to that.
And there's
Well,
more.
there's
Always more.
Love it.
You could go to the concert, and then right after that too, our friends at Terra Manor are opening up their haunt there.
Oh,
So
man,
with the
right.
Screamiverse ticket, you could get a reduced ticket to go through their haunt. So they're actually opening up the haunt for us,
Wow.
for
That's
all the
awesome.
people that go to Screamiverse.
So what time does the show start on that Saturday?
It starts at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And yeah, it'll probably go into around 11 p.m.
Okay.
So you can get in bed early to come back bright. and
Yeah,
early on
right? You
Sunday.
got a big day the next
Yep.
day, right?
You don't want to miss anything. You want to come both days. You
Right.
don't want to miss out on anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there again, there's more. We have some of the local area haunted houses are actually exhibiting at the convention as well. So if you are interested with this event, one of the things that we envision this as being sort of the halfway to Halloween event. So this is kind of, with all of us, haunters, we like that. We like to be able to celebrate spooky things in the middle of the year. So this is kind of our halfway to Halloween celebration. So the haunted houses from the areas, they're exhibiting. They're going to have folks set up to talk about the 2025 season. If you're interested in volunteering, if you want to hear about some of the cool things that the haunted houses have planned, they'll be set up there. Probably some folks in costume for photo ops. Come by, you'll see some awesome things. But that's Terror Manor. We have the Orchard Hill Haunt. It's a home haunt here in the Roanoke area, right, Dan?
Yeah, and all of the proceeds, they ask for donations. And all of their proceeds go to the animal shelters.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we love those guys. They, they're very supportive of the haunted houses in this area, so we're stoked to have them at the show. And of course, finally, Hex Haunted Attraction. We'll be there talking about the 2025 season. We've got a lot of stuff planned, so we're happy about sharing that.
And you don't know this, but just announced today, another haunted attraction, New River Valley Prison, has reached out to us.
Oh, okay.
So now they're coming.
That's excellent news.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it's just growing. It's just growing.
Wow.
They are new to the area,
Yeah.
and we were fortunate enough to be able to go see them this season. We had an off night due to weather, and we were like, let's go see another haunted house in the area since we weren't able to operate that night, and we loved it. It was so much fun. They have a really unique property. I think that it's actually an old prison.
Oh, wow.
They do paranormal investigations there. It might be haunted, so it makes that property a lot of fun to have. You get in there in the darkness and you start having ideas like, what was that, an actor, or
that's kind of creepy.
Is it something else?
Wow.
And the owners are so sweet, and I'm a yapper, so I had a chance to chat about. They've operated haunted houses, in other areas and brought it here, and we've got a pretty cool haunted house community here in New River Valley. There's, if you think about, from Roanoke, in a 30-mile area, there's probably 5 or 6 haunted houses that you could go to in a season. So, we're kind of a tight-knit family, and look out for each other and try to promote each other anytime we can. So just a couple notes. We love those guys.
Definitely.
It's like a family.
Yeah. Got one more thing for you.
Yeah, let's hear it.
We've got, on Sunday, we're going to be having our first annual cosplay contest.
Okay.
That's something that we're putting a lot of work into. We know that, that folks are going to be excited, like the regional cosplayers, to maybe come and show like their horror and science fiction, or maybe like dark fantasy costumes, to maybe show like a different characters and things that maybe they don't like, it's like, hey, I've got this, but now, this is horror, so let me show you my Silent Hill costume,
right?
Or let me show you my Leatherface or whatever. It's like we're so stoked to see what people bring. But we for the top cosplays, there'll be prizes, a cash prize, also a trophy for those top cosplays, and a photo package from Brian Cox Photography.
Yeah, so BC Photography.
Yes, so that BC Photography is going to provide a photo package, and I think that the value on that's like $180 or something. So
for each one.
Wow.
So he's doing it for first, second, and third place.
Heck yeah.
So it's if you're hearing this, if you have a spooky costume, please bring it. We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
We have a pre-registration up on Screamiverse.com. Sign up. We can't wait.
Heck yeah.
So I yapped a lot about it, but we have so much. We really packed in a lot to our show, so we're just really excited about it.
No, I mean, that is a lot of stuff. So you guys are fans first. We established that. So out of all those things that you mentioned, what are you guys personally most excited to do?
I think the part that I'm most excited about, as Mark and I have just shared, obviously you see that we're putting a lot into this thing. So the part that I'm excited about is just bringing something new to the Roanoke Valley for people to experience. We've put a lot of time, sleepless nights, into this thing, but you don't have to be a fan of horror movies to come to this. That's something that everybody, it's a horror sci-fi convention, but we have over 100 vendors. We have the movies, we've got panels, So I think, you remember, this is a vision of mine. I've been planning this for 10 years. So this is something that's brand new for Roanoke. It's going to be different. You've never experienced this before, and that's the part I'm the most excited about. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you, Mark?
I agree with Dan. I think more specifically, though, right? Like we're excited for all of our guests, but you mentioned earlier the strongman show.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. It's your
There
time.
you go.
That is something that's going to be at noon on Saturday.
Okay. Mark the calendars for sure.
Mark the calendar.
Oh, yeah.
It's not something I've ever seen at a convention before.
Yeah.
Whenever it was suggested to us, we were like, wow, that sounds like insane. Like, yes, let's do it. That'll be a lot of fun. Todd Jones, he's a stunt actor. But he is also a strongman. But he was recognized in Ripley's Believe It or Not. He has a trick that he does. Again, we can't give away too much.
Don't.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
You definitely have to come see it. But there's a trick that he did that's recognized in Ripley's Believe It or Not.
That's awesome.
If you want to seek it out, he's in the printed books. So we were talking about how cool that is, like growing up. The Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Oh yeah.
show.
Oh yeah. I used to watch it all the time.
That, like Unsolved Mysteries, like that was part of some of the things that were kind of parallel to horror movies that I just loved it as a kid. And knowing that he was in Ripley's, I was like, you've got me. I have to see it.
Yeah. Wow.
It's gonna be so much fun. I have to see it.
And the other thing is, he doesn't normally do conventions.
Oh, okay.
So this is really the first time for him coming out here. So again, we're super. He's also a motivational speaker, So he does that, but he's never really done horror conventions or anything like that. So it's going to be the first time right here in Roanoke.
He's been practicing for the event. If you go to Todd Jones to his social media, you'll see some videos of him tearing books in half, practicing for our event.
Oh my goodness!
So he's bringing his best strongman feats to
bringing his A game
to Southwest Virginia.
Yeah.
He's tearing books already. So yeah, it's gonna be great.
That's
I
awesome.
love it. So you guys mentioned you guys are going to have some really special guests there. Who are you guys each most excited for? So Dan, I'll let you answer first. I know it's hard to choose. It is so hard to choose, but if you had to choose.
That's a real difficult question. I'm just excited about everything that we're bringing. I really can't single anything out specifically. It's so diverse. It's not one particular guest. It's everything. But the most important guests of all are the people. The people that are coming to it.
I love
as much work as Mark and our team have put into this. It's kind of like a movie premiere or a opening night at Broadway. You're nothing without the audience, and so the special guests for us are the people coming to the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I love
absolutely.
that answer.
All right. Well, let's get to know you guys a little bit. Okay. So let's do some. Tiffany, we got some questions for him, right?
Yes, we do.
Let's get to know Dan a little bit. What's the first question we got for him?
So, what's your favorite horror movie? I'm asking you a lot. I know you got to single them out, and it's so hard. This is a hard question.
We won't hold you to it. If you change your mind in the
Yeah.
next 5 minutes, you reserve that right.
All right. So many to choose from, but gosh, if I had to narrow it down, I would have to go with the Conjuring series.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
I'm a huge history buff.
Okay.
And the fact that those movies are based on Ed and Lorraine Warren, and so it's all based on fact and their stories and investigations, and we try to tie a lot of it into Screamiverse, and so because of that, and because of my fascination with it, we're actually bringing in paranormal investigators, clairvoyants, tarot readers. So
that's awesome.
it kind of all ties into my love of the Conjuring series.
Yeah, it's all the one and the
it.
same, right?
Yeah. Mark, what about you?
I'm with Dan that it's almost an impossible question.
It is.
All right, well, give us like the first three that come to your head.
It's like for me, it's either I'm watching Love Is Blind or horror movies, right?
I love
it's
the
a big,
contrast.
big contrast there, right? But my favorite genre of horror films is horror anthologies. So things where you maybe have multiple stories told within a movie, or growing up, my favorite TV show was Tales from the Crypt.
Oh yeah.
So Tales from the Crypt was something that I looked forward to watching it every week. It was the Crypt Keeper was so funny and just ridiculous, and those little bite-sized shows, just over week to week. But for a movie, I really love Creepshow. It's an anthology. It's directed by George Romero, written by Stephen King. So you have who are probably arguably the masters of the genre.
Yep.
So you have them, but with Creepshow, Eric De La Vega, who we mentioned earlier, he worked as an artist on the reboot that was maybe a couple years ago of the series. I think it's on either Shudder or AMC.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. It was such a good redo of the movie into that kind of Tales from the Crypt format, where you had week to week kind of episodic, anthology horror. And it's cool. Yeah, Eric worked on that, and we're super stoked to have him, and it's one of my favorites. So yeah, it kind of all ties in there.
What about you, Tiffany? I'm gonna throw it on you real quick.
Oh boy. Okay, well I'm gonna go actually very new. I don't know if anybody's seen Heart Eyes. It just came out. I actually really liked it. I'm a big slasher film girl, so that was, I don't know, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I just loved it. It was a good mixture of, I didn't think I was going to like the rom-com part of it, and I did. It was kind of sappy, but at the same time, it was really, some of the kills in there were so gory, it was insane. It was just two sides of a different coin. It really threw me for a loop. I went in with very low expectations and came out loving it. So
that's a unique.
Yeah, I would say that is one you guys have to see when it comes out.
The feedback's been amazing. They say that you have kind of a new slasher added to the group of classic slashers. They say that it was amazing. That he's you will see another Hard Eyes movie.
I love his light
awesome.
up. He's got light up heart eyes.
Really?
Yes. So
I have to check this out.
Yeah,
I'll check that out too.
Yeah, some of the kills were just insane.
Really?
With the lovey part, there's two different sides of the story going on. There's one side. Like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but it's just so crazy because some of those kills just threw me for a loop because I was like, they were just being all cute.
Yeah.
And somebody just died.
It's a great Valentine's movie,
It
right?
was so good. I loved it.
Great for Valentine's Day.
That's awesome. Check that out.
So,
No, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you guys if you guys could bring any horror icon, real or fictional. It can be fake, so it can be a slasher. It could be a Jason if you want.
You got to be careful there.
Yeah, you got to be careful, though. We don't want people to get killed. To the convention, who would it be and why? And Mark, I'll let you start first.
Okay.
With this.
So my dream convention guest would be Elvira.
Okay.
There we go.
Great
Elvira is, there have been a lot of horror show hosts. I mentioned earlier, Joe Bob Briggs does The Last Drive-In. Whenever I see that's coming on Shudder, I always watch it. He's so entertaining, so funny. But Elvira, I grew up on Elvira, and Cassandra Peterson, who plays is just such a cool and just thoughtful and fun person, and. I think it would be amazing, Elvira, Cassandra Peterson, if you're listening. Screamiverse 2026.
I love it.
We're requesting you. We need you.
Put out the signal.
So cool. All right, Dan, what about you?
This one's kind of sad for me. And the reason why is because I was actually pursuing this person, and unfortunately, he passed away last November.
Oh.
And that is Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Have you all seen the movie Candyman?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Great movie.
It's a great movie. Tony Todd is an incredible actor. He has so many credits to his career and whatnot. And in the movie Candyman, I saw an interview with him about this, and there is a scene where he opens up his mouth and all these bees just merge.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people don't know is that was real.
Oh my goodness.
There's no stunt double. There's no CGI.
That's wild.
Crazy.
He actually had all of those bees in his mouth, and when they come out, and they put a screen around to protect everybody else.
Yeah, besides the guy with the bees in his mouth.
Yeah, he got stung 23 times for doing that scene.
Oh my gosh.
And in the interview, you know, they were asking him about it, and he said that he was, you know, old school acting, and he said you had to do what you had to do in order to get the scene.
Yep.
And that's, to me, that's just dedication to the art.
Yeah.
So,
You wouldn't see that anymore.
No.
That's CGI
No way.
at this point.
but you know, I was reaching out to him and everything, and it was unfortunate. You know, when we were working on Screamiverse and all that, he was my first go-to person.
Wow.
And then, unfortunately, he passed away last November. So, rest in peace, Tony. But you were the one that I was pursuing.
Wow,
So.
that's a crazy story.
You didn't know that?
No, I had no idea. How many takes do you think they only got one take out of that?
take.
Yeah,
One take.
I would say probably
Wow.
it's probably a little traumatizing after the first time.
yeah, right. You better get the shot if you're the director
Yeah,
there.
Absolutely.
Well, how about for you guys? Who do you want to see for
Yeah.
Screamiverse in 2026?
Oh man, I already know my.
You go first,
You gotta
Tiffany.
give us some ideas
Okay,
now.
Yeah.
I love Kyle Gallner. He's been in a lot of the newer. He was in the first Haunting Connecticut as the boy that had cancer, and then he's been in the Smile movies. So if you guys happen to bring, oh my gosh, I don't know what I would do. He's like my favorite horror actor ever.
Take note down.
Yep.
Yes, just writing them down. All right, Rob.
Well, I don't go as deep as you guys. Admittedly, I'm glad you didn't ask me my favorite horror movie because it would have been something real basic that you guys might have laughed at me about. But I love the movie props. Like you guys getting the Jeepers Creepers car
Yeah.
Yep.
is super cool to me. So like I love movies. So just like I don't know if there's something specific, maybe like the Predator head or like the alien, like the costumes that that you could see in real life. That's the type of stuff that I like to see. I like the.
We have something super fun
Yeah.
coming.
Yep.
You know, we haven't announced it yet, but very soon we're going to be announcing one of our friends from another convention is going to be bringing their Ecto-1. So it's a replica Ecto-1. So if you're a Ghostbusters fan,
Yeah. Wow.
There you go, Rob.
We too enjoy large movie props, like being involved in haunted houses. You know, whenever you see something like a big horror prop, a big haunted house prop, you're like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
we want that. We want
That
to.
is
We want to
so
put it.
cool.
So, yeah, we were so excited that we're going to have an Ecto-1 at the event. So yeah, not just Jeepers Creepers, Maximum Overdrive, Ghostbusters will be represented now as well.
That is super
Yes.
cool.
That is awesome.
Well, you guys talked about, I think the common theme of this is how much passion you guys have for this event. And you mentioned the sleepless nights, but you wouldn't be doing it if you weren't having fun. So like, what has been the most, I hate to say, I don't want to say satisfying because that's going to happen when the event happens. So leading up to it, what's been the most fun part of creating Screamiverse?
Oh gosh. First and foremost, you know, that vision of mine, 10 years, thinking about this and seeing it come to fruition and, reaching out to all the vendors, and they have been super, super nice. They want to help us. They want to do this. They realize that this is our first time doing it.
Right.
And they're taking a chance on us. So that, and then working with the special guests that are all coming. But as you have heard repeatedly during this podcast, how much we're offering, and every time that we're talking about it or we're meeting, it's just like, let's do this, or
Right.
let's add this. You think we could do it? And yeah, let's go for it. Let's and we've built up this. I don't want to say monster, but this magnificent.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
event.
Yeah.
It's probably like every time you get one, you're like, yes, there's another one.
So it's just for me the part that I'm super excited about it is just seeing it all come together.
Yeah.
But I think next April, in April, watching the people walking through and experiencing it themselves, that's going to be the icing on the cake.
Oh,
for me.
yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
So,
what about you, Mark?
Sure. I agree with everything that Dan said. I think one of the things that's been the most fun are those relationships that we're making with those creators, those artists, the guests. It's being able to meet other people with a passion for spooky things, for horror,
Right.
for science fiction, those kind of things that are kind of like counterculture kind of arts, or it's all very punk rock, and we love it. And meeting those people with those just really cool ideas and having them be part of this is just so much fun. Like to be able to say, we have these type of movies, or, here's an artist that does, we were talking about Herschel Brewer, who's one of our vendors. We've met Herschel at a couple other events, but Herschel's a retired teacher as well. Is that right? Does art, I believe full time, does art now, does the most amazing, just intricate, if you're familiar with H.P. Lovecraft, his art looks like what I imagine H.P. Lovecraft books would look like on paper. He's just so creative, and he's the nicest person ever. Just always promoting the convention, and
he was the first one to sign up.
First person to sign up.
Very first
and
person.
Wow.
He's not the only one. Like we've just developed great relationships with these vendors and our special guest and the bands, and it's just we're just creating a big Screamiverse family, and that's for me that's the most fun, is having just a big Southwest Virginia spooky family right here.
I love that.
Right,
Yeah, me too.
right in our backyard.
Heck yeah. Well, did we miss anything? We covered a lot of stuff. I know. Is there anything you guys wanted to specifically mention? Because I know you got a lot to offer. If you guys are interested in this event, make sure you're checking out our socials. Your guys' socials too.
Yeah.
They're constantly putting out new vendors. By the time this podcast comes out, I'm sure you guys will have another 3 that we didn't mention. It's forever changing with you guys. It's just amazing what you guys have been able to do in the first year too. Like that's the craziest part. Is like this is the first time this event's happened. It hasn't even happened yet. So I say that to ask anything that we missed.
Well, there's a couple things that I'd like to add.
Yeah.
We're really proud of what we're putting on, and we're also trying to give back to the community.
Okay.
So immediately when we were talking about this, it's not just trying to give Roanoke an opportunity to see something new, but we also want to give back to the community. So we partnered up with the Blood Connection.
Okay.
And so what they're going to do is they're going to have the blood drive vehicle out front. We're also having food trucks out there, so they're going to have the Blood Connection out there, and people can donate blood both days, Saturday and Sunday, and they can receive a $30 gift card that will help pay for their ticket. Or at least get reimbursed for it. But another thing is they were talking to us about partnering up with another community project or whatever. So we mentioned it to them, and so they're going to donate every donation that they get. Not only will the person get $30, but they're going to donate $10, and we chose the Southwest Virginia Wildlife Rescue.
Oh, that's
nice.
awesome.
So I'm losing my words here, but that the Wildlife Center is a full-service wildlife hospital and rehabilitation facility providing free veterinary care to injured or orphaned wildlife that would otherwise stand no chance of survival. And we're proud of this, but they are also going to have a room down in Berglund Hall, and they're going to bring some of their ambassadors, as they call it, some of the animals for people, and they can learn more about that. But the second thing that I want to mention is that we're bringing Screamiverse to Roanoke, and after it's all said and done, this will be the largest horror sci-fi convention in all of Southwest Virginia.
Wow.
There is nothing like it in a 3-hour radius. So it's going to be unique. It's going to be special. So
Sounds
we're
like
proud
it.
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Mark? Anything we missed? I know we hit a lot of it.
No, I think we've got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we covered it.
For now.
Yeah, we did. Maybe we didn't mention earlier. We did talk about the amount of programming, but we're going to have an authors showcase as well as part of it. So if you are a fan of horror fiction, we have a room dedicated to that where the horror authors that are going to be set up as vendors,
cool.
you can go in and hear about what they're working on, their books, hear about their process. So we're really excited about that. Pretty much anywhere you go in the center, here in the center that day, you're going to find something going on. And we're just super excited.
Yeah, we are too.
Yeah,
I am too.
yeah, Tiffany is jacked.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
And Tiffany, feel free to add when I'm done. But I just wanted to say, like, what you were saying, Dan, about like this isn't just for like the horror, like hardcore people. Like I consider myself like kind of a little bit outside of that, and like some of the activities you guys got, like the movie thing sounds awesome, and I could just see how that's going to grow. And like Tiffany said, like these are going to be like, you wouldn't have an opportunity to watch these films, and every single one of these premieres, each of these creators have put so much time and effort into it, and to have all of that under one roof, I mean, just strictly that is probably worth the price of admission, in my opinion, not to mention all these different things. So I would encourage anybody that's not necessarily deep into it to give it a shot, because I think you guys got something out there for everybody. And I'm really excited to see what happens for this event. I think it's going to be an awesome one.
Me too. And make sure you guys, if you're listening, that you guys check them out on their website, which is Screamiverse.com, right?
Correct.
And then on Facebook and on Instagram, it's Screamiverse Expo. And then especially on Instagram, it's Screamiverse_Expo. So make sure you guys go follow them, keep up with them. They're still announcing vendors and some more fun stuff, even though they already have a great value to the ticket. So make sure if you guys want to come the whole weekend, they have a weekend ticket.
Yep.
They have some add-on classes like the tarot class with Madam Adam that they mentioned. They have I think a spell. It's a
Cork and Conjured.
Yes, yep. So make sure you guys check those out. Those are really cool features to the event too. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on. Roanoke is super excited. There's nothing like that for people like me here, so I'm super excited about it. And,
yeah. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys coming on.
Well, we want to thank you for sharing this opportunity with us and being so gracious with your time. So
thank you.
We thank you.
Yeah, well, we know how passionate you guys are about this, and it was clear from the moment we met you. So we wanted to throw everything we have into it too. So we're rooting for you guys, and if Roanoke wants to see different types of events, we get it in our comments all the time. People asking for rock shows. You got to come support these things, because when somebody takes a risk and puts their neck out on the line, it's hard to do it again if they don't get supported. So we encourage, if you're a fan of this, we're supporting the first one is super important. So we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys all next month.